This episode sponsored by Lake Monster Details, producing the Don's Light and Magic Legacy line of parts, offering upgrade parts and decals for accuracy, special effects, and lighting. Visit www.lakemonsterdetails.com and make it glow. Also sponsored by GCals, producing aftermarket replacement decals and custom quality graphics for your favorite spaceships. Visit www.gcals.company.site and add some personalization to your sci-fi models today.
What's up, guys? Will here. Welcome on from the Ensign's Chair. This is the introductory episode for my 1350 Bird of Prey build. So we're going to be working on this model here. Even though this model says 1650 on it, it was later corrected to say 1350. So I think most people generally accept that this is 1350 for the Burrell class. So there are some different classes out there. People speculate, but this is what I'm going to be working on, and we've got some photo etch parts that are going to be working on, some resin from green strawberry that are going to be going into this kit. Also got the Madman lighting kit that's actually from Tenor Controls now that's going to be going into this kit. So a lot of things going into this kit, a lot of things to work on, and some alterations to make in order to make the lighting work out really well. So hopefully this build won't take too long. I'm hoping to get this done before I go to Wonderfest. I'm not taking this to Wonderfest, but I'm hoping to have it done before Wonderfest in June. So we'll see. You know, most of my builds, if you've been watching the video series, you know it takes me usually a couple months to do a build. I like to take my time. I like to make sure things are accurate as possible. But I'm not too worried about accuracy on this kit per se, because the Bird of Prey itself is just, it's a dirty ship. It's a dirty ship, and it's just not. It's not clean like the Federation ships, and well thought out. It just seems kind of clunky a little bit. And anyway, let's get into this. We'll go over what we're going to work on with this build, and we'll see what's coming up. So give me a minute. I'll put you on the bench. We'll get to work. All right, guys. So here's the kit I'm going to be working on. This is the Generations release that came out back in the 90s when Star Trek Generations came out. This box here is labeled as 1650, but this was later corrected when they did the re-release for, I think, the 50th anniversary. They labeled that box as 1350, which according to the original measurements, I believe that's what this is closer to. Now, there have been some disagreement as to different scales and different types of ships and that. So this one here, though, I believe is supposed to be 1350, but that's a debate I'm not too worried about. It has nothing to do with the way I'm going to build this model. So, but I've got this. I do have the green strawberry Klingon Bird of Prey. This is I really only wanted the PE set, the photo etch set, but this also comes with resin. So I'm going to go ahead and get it. I'm going to go ahead and use it. And because some of these resin parts you need to use in order for the photo etch to work with it, because they're a little different from what comes with the model. So I've got that, and we'll take a closer look at that later. And for lighting, I have, now this is from, I think Madman Lighting originally put this out, but I believe Tenor Controls. I think Tenor Controls owns this now because it came from Tenor Controls. So we'll take a look at this a little bit later. I'm still waiting for a lighting kit from Stellar Lighting or Stellar Effects, and it's been over a month since I ordered it, but I did talk to them, did get a hold of him, and he is working on it. He's just a little bit backed up because of personal matters. So no big deal there. I'm not ready. I'm nowhere near ready to start on the lighting for the big bird. So, and that's what that Stellar Effects lighting board is going to go in, because that one, we'll talk more about it when it comes up, but that one's got a little more features than what the Tenor Controls board does. So we'll talk more about that when that comes in. But let's go ahead and take a look at the kit. And this was sealed when I got it, so I know all the parts are here. And I've taken the chance, I've taken time to look at this and kind of go over it a little bit and make sure I know, or at least get a good idea of what parts are being replaced with photo or with the resin parts versus what's in here. So the assembly itself is pretty straightforward. It's not too much to it. You do have the color scheme that they kind of lay out on here. Now I will, I don't know if I'll be going by this color scheme that they have on here. I'm going to look at the studio model and kind of do my own thing and figure out, exactly what I think it should be done on. But some of this is probably going to be, you're probably going to want to go by what some of this shows, but I don't know about all of it. So we'll take a look at it when I get to that point of painting. This gives you some pretty good detail, though, on some of these parts as far as what needs to be painted. So we'll take a look at the painting when we get a little closer, a little further down the road with it. So first thing I got here is these parts, which are your baffles for the wings. And I will not be using these. Cass over at Lake Monster Details has a new part for this that he's come out with that lets you articulate the wings. So I will not be using these. I will be waiting on that part from Cass. I haven't gotten it yet. He's got a little bit of a back order on that part. So it seems to be doing pretty well. But these parts I won't be using. I will be replacing these with the part from Lake Monster Details. So keep an eye on that. When that comes in, I'll talk more about it. So we got our upper hull assembly. Took that out, and I took pictures of that, comparing that to my Big Bird, which is my 3D print. And it just to show that it's a lot. My 3D print is way larger than this. So we got that. Here's our lower hull and just some of our wing parts there where the guns are on the end. And then we've got our wings. So those parts, we've got some more hull parts, and these are two of the parts the photo etch is going to replace. Again, I can't really compare these two parts, and there's two other parts. I think I already put up here somewhere, but there's two other parts. I can't really tell which one's more accurate because I can't get good shots of where those parts are located at on the studio model. But like I said, the resin parts that come with the kit, the green strawberry kit, I'm going to have to use those in order for the photo etch to work with those, because they're designed for that photo etch to work with that part. And they are a little different from what's with the kit. So I will be using those parts in place. And we're going to have a little work to do as far as lighting. I did notice that looking at this, this part here that goes in here where the photon torpedo launcher is solid. So that's going to more than likely have to be drilled out. There is some photo etch that goes around this as well, so I'm not sure how much of this is going to have to be removed. So that's going to take some work. One thing I did like, though, well, there's a clear part here too, but I don't think, so I may just have to drill a hole in that to light it. We'll find out when we get to that part. But one thing I did like about the kit, the resin parts that came with it. Now, you're going to see here that I broke the gun. I broke the gun that comes with it because it was a little warped. And I should have known to put some heat to it before I tried to bend it a little bit back in place. And it broke. It just snapped. And now I will say this isn't the first time I've used green strawberry parts, and this isn't the first time I've had an issue like that where something was a little warped and you put a little pressure on it and it just snaps. But that's resin parts. They don't have a lot of leeway in them. It's pretty it's pretty disappointing because I did like the tip on this is more or is closer to what it should be than what comes with the kit. The kit's a little bit different. I don't know if you can see that. Knocking stuff over. I don't know if you can really see that. Let me see if I can focus in here. But you can kind of see the difference in the detail on that tip there. This one in the plastic, which is the resin part from green strawberry, is more accurate to what the studio model shows. So a little disappointed that broke. What I may end up doing is just cutting this part off of the model piece and gluing this onto the end. Because I'm going to also have to figure out how And some of you guys have done this already. I've got to figure out how to drill down this to get fiber optic run up this to be able to do to be able to show this gun is firing. So I'm going to take a look at that. That's going to be a really long drill bit to get all the way down there. So I don't know. Some of you guys maybe did this kit and did that and have a better idea of how to get that drilled to show that fiber optic, or maybe you didn't have to drill all the way back here. Maybe you ran the fiber optic into the inside here. So I don't know. Some of you guys have done this model. Maybe throw me a bone. Let me know. See how you did it. But so these parts are a little more accurate as far as the gun barrel. But like I said, unfortunately, I broke that one. This one here is still intact. So I don't know. I'll have to see what I'm going to do about that. But you got these other parts. Again, these are replacing parts on the kit. And I can't attest to the accuracy of which part's more accurate. But this part is already opened up. It is already has a hole there for light, because there's supposed to be light that comes through that. Whereas on the kit part, you would have to drill that out, which isn't a big deal. But you would have to drill that open yourself. They didn't open that on the kit part. So, but again, I've got to use that part to use the photo etch, so I'll be using that. And then there's some other little tidbits in here. One thing I did like, which is originally why I pulled this out, is that the engine parts are more accurate in that they give you two separate parts. There's the upper part, which is red, and the lower part, which glows more like a yellow for lighting. And so you can see that it's the upper part, lower part. Whereas with the model kit, it just gives you this one piece. So it's not accurate. That part is definitely not accurate. So I'm glad to see that they did that with this kit. So I will be using that. That's going to definitely make it look a lot more accurate. And then we've got some more parts up here. So a lot of little resin parts in here that I'm going to be using to replace some of the kit parts. And of course, I've got the photo etch, which is the main reason I wanted this kit. But so that's going to be fun to do. So we do have the instructions as well that come with the green strawberry kit that show all the parts and then show you where they all get placed, where the photo etch. Some of this has to be bent into shape and folded over. And it does add a lot more detail that's missing or lacking from the just base AMT kit. So should be fun. A lot of work to do. Do have some material to remove for that ring. And so yeah, going to be some work to do. So I'm just going to keep everything in this box here now that I've got everything open. And that's pretty much it, guys. That's pretty much just a look at what we're going to be working with here to do this kit. I'm going to start working on it. The first thing I'm going to do with this kit, and I say this every time, just, you know, when you get these kits, wash your parts, guys. Wash your filthy parts. Because it's not, you know, there's some people, there's a camp that says, oh, you don't need to. Well, you may not need to, but why take the chance? You know, just go ahead and wash them. It's not going to hurt anything. It's a little bit of an extra step, but it's not that big of a deal. Just get you some Dawn dish detergent, scrub these down a little bit, make sure you get any leftover mold release off of them, and, you know, just avoid any potential issues with paint down the road. There's no reason not to do it. It's not hurting anything other than the couple extra minutes it takes to wash them and let them dry. So get your parts out, wash them, and I'm not going to prime these until we do the photo etch. The first thing I'm going to do after I get these cleaned up is I'm going to start doing the photo etch, because I don't want to prime these and then I need to glue photo etch over a primed area. I'd rather these make direct contact with the plastic part wherever I've got to apply the photo etch at. So I want to do the photo etch first on these parts, and then I will prime them, and then we can start looking at painting and weathering as we assemble and putting the lighting in. So that's going to be my approach to this and my method of attack. So like I said, any of you guys that have done this model that have had to drill this, the wing gun to get a light, to get a fiber optic in there, let me know how you did it, because that looks like it'd be an awfully long drill bit to drill down. And then you obviously got to keep that drill bit straight, not to mess up the weapon. So I'd be interested in hearing anybody that's done this as to how you did that. Maybe I will have to cut this in half anyway in order to get that hole drill all the way through to run fiber optics. So like I said, let me know, guys. Any of you guys that have already done this model, please let me know how you handled that. So anyway, that's pretty much it, guys. It's a short. It's just a brief introduction and to let you know what I'm going to be working on with this model. Again, I've got the Big Bird of Prey, or the Big Bird as I'm calling it, that's in the works, which I'll be pulling out and updating on every so often once I can start working on printing some more parts. So again, thank you guys. I appreciate y'all for watching this and tuning in. I appreciate your support. And please, if you haven't already, hit that subscribe button and then hit that little bell icon if you want the updates as they come out on this model, on this build. And if you don't want to subscribe, you don't have to. But if you find anything useful in this video, please hit that like button below. And maybe throw me a shout out or something down below and let me know what you think. So anyway, guys, thank you. Stay tuned. I'll be working on this and providing updates as I can. So hang in there. Stay with me. And until next time, keep modeling.